I'll tell you what, the good thing about the open bar is that would never, ever happen. There has not been one show, not once, have we ever crossed over audio, video, names, players, like mixing up anything. This is one of the cleanest, most pristine shows in really all of FF Twitter or history. Yeah. Twitter? No. Nay.
History.
The internet.
Mm-hmm. The internet. Before that, all right? Shoot. J-Mike and I used to pod off of spiral notebooks. That's what we used to do. I don't know how that would work, but we would be like, this is what we would say, but
we used to have to mail our responses back and forth to each other through the mail.
FF pen pals.
Hey, hun, pass me my composition notebook, please.
About to get busy.
Dearest J. Mike.
Give me that stamp. I gotta mail this tomorrow morning.
The Open Bar, sponsored by stamps.com. Go and get your stamps. The Open Bar-ish stamp, now available in digital and analog. So want to mail a loved one. That's okay, real quick. Do y'all mail cards anymore? Because I was having a conversation with, okay, maybe this is a bad conversation for me to enter as a young lad, but I deaded that like so long ago. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that, especially the moment that we were able to text and even a phone call, I find better than a card, I guess. But I guess it was definitely the text transition where I was like, yeah, I definitely don't have to send a card anymore. So am I alone here? Am I on Lonely Island?
I'll jump
on
in
a
and
boat?
just say, does it count if my wife sends the cards? That's me, right? It's the same. Like my name's on it.
It's a joint effort. That's fair.
Yeah,
you pass it over and
Bob
you
ain't
sign.
wrong.
Oh no, she writes my name and everything. Like I'm off the hook, and then I get credit for it. It's the best. No,
you don't even sign it.
Neither does our dog. Like our dog signs the card. No, it's just
of course we sign our son's name, but I always sign it. Ooh, the paw print. That's a lot of effort, though.
Yeah, they don't.
I'm
like
not there
that.
yet.
No
Christmas cards. That's the thing that just keeps being sent out from my house, and it's nice to get those too. So
is it the family one
get a
too?
Card in the mail than get a phone call. Like that's the worst. Like don't call me ever. Don't call me.
At least do a podcast with me.
Yeah.
Don't call me, but
don't call me.
Invite me onto your pod.
Send me your StreamYard link. Don't call me.
So excuse me, Nate and Hobby, do you do the cute Christmas photo in front of the Christmas tree with the family, the cats, the dogs, etc., and send them out like, thank you for being our friends, the Hobbies.
Exactly. It's 1 year was in front of a tree, but it's always somewhere different. You never know where we're going to be, where we're going to come from. You got to mix it up. Right, Andrew? You're shaking your head.
I like it. You keep it
in the same place.
Okay. I don't want to completely dead the sending of the Christmas card, because if you do it as like something that's a bit or like kind of create, like I remember seeing this dude. I think it was on Reddit. Every year he would like just show like the mayhem of like outside of his house of like watching his kids and like making sure they don't fall off of stuff. And it was just this like still image of just like chaos, basically. Just an update on their chaotic life. And I enjoy that. So something like that works for me.
Well,
But,
a buddy of mine actually every year, when his son was born, he had a picture of his like 1-year-old son putting the star on the top of the tree. And every year, his son is now 12, I want to say. He holds his son up to put this kid is getting much bigger and the guy is getting older. So
nice.
It's like the cards just get better every year. So okay. I like that. Where it's
like that.
Like you were doing too, Cal, like
That's
a
really
theme.
good.
Like you never know. Like I'm looking forward to Cal's card. Where is he taking the picture? Like
Sure.
It makes it kind of fun. I kind of like that.
Totally.
So, yeah, those are fun ones.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just suggesting like maybe put some spice into the Christmas card. I don't know.
Right. Like don't stand in the snow in a Christmas sweater in the same pose you've done every year for the last like 15 years. Like it's this
I know,
but be creative. Like do something funny. Like there was a trend where people were putting their kids inside of pumpkins, not for Christmas cards, but like do something like catch my attention.
That needs to be the new trend. Pumpkins on Christmas cards. Like
pumpkins on Christmas cards. You heard it here first.
Nathan. I just saw your name, dude. Nathan.
It's the original 1600 spelling. N-E-I-G-H-T-H.
Giddy up.
That's good.
Another reason why you have to join us.
In names, yeah.
Another reason why you have to join us live Tuesdays, 9:30 Eastern ish on YouTube to see names. Otherwise, you only get to hear the names. All right. We're live, man. Six minutes in, we're live. Nate Mike's got to get to the chiropractor. All right. I swear, if that dude's name is Nathan in the morning, J Mike, if you get your back stepped on by Nathaniel, nay. J Mike says nay for me.
Cross this leg over that and say nay. I'm sorry, excuse me. What grown man asks another man to say nay? Nay, I say, sir. Yeah. Unhand me, young man. That's great. Listen, I'm excited to be here this evening. We've got one vet, 3 rookies, and way too much fun already being had. So I'm excited to be with you. Every day is a good day to grow. So let's get it. I am here for the fun and the nonsense that will ensue.
I gotta turn my. Can you turn? Yo, AOG, can you turn my headphones up? Turn my headphones up. Turning my own headphones up. Why don't we have a producer for the open bar? We have an executive producer. Well, we have 2, I think. We have at least one permanent, like will always be, loyal to us, but we kind of have an interim of sorts, or at least like an intern executive producer, an IEP of sorts. Why don't we have a producer though that can handle my controls over here? I mean, I feel like we're really actually taking this pod to the next level. We were just talking pre-show on the Pulp Premium. I don't even think it was Pulp Premium. I think I smashed that live button and I gave y'all the knowledge that this is truly one of the best podcasts in all of the land. Nay.
No one says nay to that. They say yay.
Yay. All right.
The yays have it.
Let's get into the guests already. J Mike says 3 rookies. We'll give them their time to shine first. What order is this? Counterclockwise order. Nathaniel Hall FF, not the real handle. If you know, you know. Andrew, first time on the show. Good to have you, my friend. How are you doing?
Doing great. Good to be here. Yeah, the Nathaniel Hall FF. If you try to find me there, you will not find me. So this is my way of being under the radar in the Nate Twitterverse. Hopefully, getting some new followers on a handle that doesn't exist. That's what I'm trying to do.
The Nate Hive is lit tonight. Let's at all of them. I don't know who else there is, or why we haven't yet, or why they're not on the show yet. But boy, howdy. We're all here. But I appreciate you coming over to the Nate Hive for the night, Nathan Andrews. So much appreciated. This is definitely not the show to like promote anything, because no one will know your name. They're gonna have to know your face. So again, come kick it with us live Tuesdays, 9:30 Eastern ish. On to the next guest. We've got Nate, a true Nate here on the show. First of all, shout out to Jen.
Shout out to Jen for
shout
sure.
out to Jen for sure. Will be on the show in the future. Absolutely. With the spot is reserved. All right. We might just have like literally 4 angles of Jen on the next show. I think we could do
I think that's a
like
great idea.
Yeah.
As long as she gives her consent, I think that's fine. Yeah. I just don't want it to get weird.
Look, I would. Nate, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Tell me more about the Boston Red Sox in the background, because aren't you a devout Broncos fan, etc.?
So, born and raised in Denver, Colorado, just like a suburb, but like a mile outside of the city limits. We didn't have a team when I was a kid because I'm old, and the Rockies didn't get here until 93 when I was 11. So my dad was a Red Sox fan because, of course, he grew up in El Paso, Texas, and that's who you root for in El Paso, Texas, is the Red Sox. But he grew up like a big Carl Yastrzemski fan, really like impressed that on me. So I was a Red Sox fan. And to this day, I am still a Red Sox fan. I mean, I hate the Rockies now because they suck. But like,
all right. Yep.
Yep.
I see you.
Yep. Yep. So,
Nate, remember that this is also a podcast, so no one even knows what you just did.
I have a Red Sox tattoo on my right inner bicep. That's what I was just showing. Yeah, I'm pretty diehard, and it was hard for a long time. And then 2004 happened, and it was like the greatest year of my life before I got married. And there you go.
Oh, shout out Jen.
Shout out Jen.
If that's the marriage you're talking about,
that's the one and only marriage I've ever had. Just the one.
Good answer.
That anyone knows about anyway.
Bad answer. That was a bad answer.
You were doing well.
But it's a good answer because I know she's upstairs laughing at it.
Very good. Very good. Well done. Well done.
All right. On to the next. On to the next. Not a Nate, but certainly a Cal. Maybe even a hobby. Who knows? But Cal, welcome to the show. Very much thank you for buying a literal brick wall with bar open neon lights behind you. I mean, I'm telling you, J Mike, this production of this show is just going to a new level. It's insane.
Listen, what's our 2021 budget? This is I'm not sure I'm ready for all this. I'm
sending you my expense report, J Mike. Don't worry.
We've already advertised Money Plane, so
spared no
going places. But Cal, not Nate, but Nate for the night. Cal, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I really appreciate you having me. And you missed a good opportunity to sell the YouTube show right there. Nate just flashed his bicep, not once, but twice on the show. That right there. You've got to join in. Yep. There we go. 3 times.
So 3 times. There you go. Oh, no. Don't sell me out here. Yep. I didn't do any makeup, guys. So anyways.
Anyway. All right. Well, okay, that's good. We have one more guest. That's enough of the rookies for this podcast / live show on Tuesdays, 9:30 Eastern ish. One more. Yay, Yathan.
How's it going,
Nathan?
I am very excited to be here. I will say that this has been my second most successful drunk DM. My first one was to Fantasy Douche back when he was on Twitter. I asked, hey, can the Tradecast go on RotoViz Radio? He said yes. And then this one, I DM'd J Mike and Man Bun and said, hey, I want to come back on Open Bar. And they said yes. So 2 for 2 with drunk DMs. None of those have ever happened.
And thank you for letting out our entire marketing strategy as far as getting people on the show is please DM us because we have to find 4 people every single week. And you know, we're way too lazy to do that like weeks in advance. I mean, I was DMing people today. I'm like, man, y'all scheduling out into June, July? Like, are you available in 48 hours? So yeah, Nathan. Thanks for coming on again, brother, and thanks for reaching out so that we could get you on.
For sure.
I don't know where we go from there. I think we've peaked, but that's up to you, J Mike. I think we've peakedness. The nay reference. Circle back.
I think you're referring to the Preakness, which is part of the Triple Crown. Hence the nay. Yeah. Yes.
Thanks. Break it down for the listeners. That's what you got to do for a good podcast.
Speaking of, Bob Baffert's got some time on his hands. Maybe we can get him here on the open bar.
Okay.
For those horse racing fans. So yeah, random story. Was at a wedding. Shout out to John Parrott. Actually, Matt Parrott, apparently, because we were in a league with him for 4 years and we knew him as John Parrott. And then we get a wedding invitation and his name shows up as Matt Parrott. And I had to tell my wife, I said, I don't know who this is from. This is weird. We just got a wedding invitation from someone named Matthew Parrott. And I don't know who this is. So anyway, we this wedding and other FF dignitaries are there. John Bosch, Dwight Peebles was actually the DJ, which was really cool. Got to see a lot of friends from that league, and come to find out, we had a moment where our first time all being in the same room together, we were watching the Derby, like at the after party of his wedding, and we're like, no, Baffert can't do this again. Like, this can't happen. Fast forward, Baffert and his horse win the Derby. And all this craziness comes out. And obviously this past week comes out, horse fails a drug test. Horse was cheating. Horse was on that Will Fuller. And now, Bob Baffert's legacy is tarnished and all these things. But quick question from you all. If you could own any franchise in the world, sporting or non, what franchise would you enhance in some way to bring about it being the absolute best in the entire world? Again, what franchise, any franchise, sporting or non, would you enhance to make it the absolute best in the world? Nathaniel, I don't think you have to think far from what you're wearing, but I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to let your imagination do what it does. Where would you guys go?
See, if you're asking me what franchise would I pick, I'm going outside the box. Give me McDonald's, goddammit. They're the biggest franchise ever. I want McDonald's, and I will buy a football team with them and call them the McDonald's Chicken Nuggets. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Because you're already making fun of yourself. Nobody else has anything on you, and you've got billions, literally billions served, right? I'm telling you, like the McDonald's Chicken Nuggets outside the box. That's how we do it.
Can you tell me what the name of the stadium would be?
Something with Grimace. I just have a feeling Grimace would be involved in that stadium. It'd be something awkward as all get out. It'd be purple. It'd be weird, but it would work. You know what I mean? They would just make it work.
You wouldn't shape it like a Happy Meal container?
That'd be kind of fun. Sure.
Gotta have the arches.
Yeah.
You definitely gotta have the arches.
I'm wondering about the mascot. Is it Ronald McDonald? Because not a great idea for the kids. I don't know.
Or like the Hamburglar, like all these characters they have.
Yeah,
like how honestly,
they're all not
been
great.
canceled by now? Like I just feel like he just seems like one of those creepers that you're just like, dude, get out of my yard. You know what I mean? Like I've had enough of you. Get going. Like, but at the same time, Ronald McDonald would be a funny mascot. But geez, you don't know Grimace?
No, I do, but I want to show them on screen.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Definitely show more of that creepy dude. That's what we need. That's exactly what this podcast needs is some more creepy.
So
but no, I just.
Oh, here's a group photo of everyone. Great.
All the characters together.
Yes.
Eating bad hair.
I didn't even know there were that many. I'm only aware of like
10 or
I was
something,
aware
right?
of like 3. What are all these? Who are these people? What? All right.
Oh, I see Josh. There you are.
How do I get this darn photo?
I mean,
You can do it. I believe in you.
I just remember as a kid growing up, they'd have all these like different toys, and there'd always be like characters in there, and I'm like, why are there all these characters all the time? But they're just gone now. I mean, I know Domino's is bringing back the Noid too, but it's like, are we just going back to nostalgia in the '80s, and all these characters are going to be like redone, rebooted as like a new, fresh, hip version of the Hamburglar? You know what I mean? Like, is he going to be like the Cheeseburglar? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what they do with this? Like a fresh version? Kind of crazy. Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
look at the crew.
All right.
Oh,
So
Yeah. I watch
such a mess.
I watch way too many YouTube videos, and I watched like a whole series about why like all the McDonald's mascots got canceled because they were all too scary for kids. They're like, yeah, let's just sell our cheeseburgers. Let's stop using mascots.
Is it easier to name these mascots or 49ers running backs?
That's a
a
toss
good
up.
I don't. Niners running backs. I think I could name more Niners running backs
Yeah,
than these
I
people.
think so, too.
I think that's true.
yep.
Are any of you old enough to remember when the McDonald's play places were like outdoor metal and they were all like designed like the characters? Like the Hamburglar was the slide and it had like jail bars across for his teeth. Like, yeah, that is terrifying for a child.
Yeah.
Look how happy they
I
all
don't
look,
get.
though.
Is
It makes
this
it creepy.
is this dude from Jumanji?
That's what he looks like. Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
There's
I
that
don't
Doc
remember.
Emmett Brown.
That's
Wow.
I don't
Jumanji.
even remember his name.
What are they
but-
thinking, dude? What is this?
Dude, the
Wait,
80s
wait,
were
wait.
a different time, man.
The 80s were wild, man. They
80s were wild.
Gabe,
Such a
go
good
back,
time.
go back left to the McNuggets with eyes looking at him real creepily.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Please, please.
Please
and you-
eat me. Like what? What is this?
That's
And
Jumanji.
he used to come
What
as
is
like
this?
these creepy little like Happy Meal toys too.
Birdie or something. I
They
think was her
did.
name.
You're right. They sure
Birdie?
did.
Birdie.
think so, but I-
literally the thing that they use in the.
I'm just.
He's like
I am
my
not an
children.
expert at this.
Right here.
Eat my cousins. It's fine. They're just cousins.
Wow.
If they're
Not
even
me
chicken.
though. Not me though. Oh man,
And then
what a
these,
time
like,
to be alive.
These like mop colored mop heads. Like, what's going on? All right.
That was a good derail, though. I had a good time with that one,
there.
J Mike. Thanks.
That was
good.
strong. That was strong. Andrew, just to give you a heads up, and again, shout out to everyone that's listening to us in podcast form. But if you are listening in podcast form, you are missing the fun that is the open bar on Tuesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern ish. Now, obviously, you missed a picture of the 1980s starting Dream Team lineup that McDonald's had. But we want to make sure that we give them the proper love here. Some names for your stadium, Nathaniel, if you care. Mayor McCheesdom.
I like that.
I like
that.
the timeline.
Yep.
This is one of my favorites here. Third and Grimace.
Yep.
From KOB. That's a strong one. Tacit Assassin, Zach Reed here with the Impossible Burglar.
Strong.
Merging our past with our present.
That's very woke. Yeah, I like that.
That's very woke.
You have to enunciate it, or it's not funny. That's very woke.
It does. Yeah.
Makes it 10
last
times funnier.
Last but not least, Acid and Big Macs, which is
Like an
That's a fair-
advertisement. Like, what do we got here? Acid and Big Macs. Come on in.
It was the 80s.
That's right.
I would request you to please bring back the McShakers because they were awful. If you remember,
With the salad that you shake up. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
the salad
yeah.
with the top. And you
I
just
want the
put
pizza
the
back. Does
dressing
anybody
in
remember the
and you-
pizza they had at McDonald's? That was the bomb.
We
Really?
never had that.
Oh,
No, I never saw
Not
that
something
either.
that came to Colorado.
it was like
Uh-uh.
I live in Ohio, and they had it. I remember as a kid, they had it for like what felt like a summer, and that was it. And you could order like a pizza, but it took them like 30 minutes to make a pizza, and it threw everything off. Like the kitchen was like, "The hell is this?
Yeah, we have to make a McDonald's.
How do we do that?" Like it just caused chaos. I loved it. Yeah, McDonald's pizza was the bomb. Yeah, I mean it tasted like dirt, but it was
Oh, I'm
fun to watch the
sure.
chaos. And when you're 8, it doesn't matter anyway. You know what I mean? Like whatever, you just want a pizza.
Right. Oh
Does
no,
anybody
totally.
remember Taco Bell fries?
Yeah.
No,
Those were
I
weird.
mean, those are out like right now.
Yeah, they're not as 80s, but yeah.
The nacho
No, that
fries
was
are back.
late 90s.
no, I don't.
Yeah, that was a
remember.
good time.
That's weird. I guess we must not have. I had two friends that worked at Taco Bell in the late 90s, so like I had access to all of it, and then we never had fries. I did learn some disturbing things that should make me not want to eat Taco Bell, but I still eat it anyway because I don't care.
No.
The beans are powdered. So what? The meat is also powdered. That's fine. I'm going to eat it anyway. It's whatever. It's Taco Bell. I mean, if you're expecting real meat at Taco Bell, then you've never had Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
You know
it's
what
like
you're signing
those,
up for.
it's like those shirts that are like wrapped up so tightly into like this small cylinder, and then you drop a dab of water on it, and like all of a sudden you're in this like jumbo shirt. That's what you do with the Taco Bell like powdered beans. It's like
Yes, that is
Jack. What
it's
is
so
it? Jack and the
weird.
Beanstalk.
Or the little sponge things that you got when you were a kid, and it was like little itty bitty little dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You put it in water and like 5 times the size in like 10 seconds.
Mhm.
And that's what and that's what we love from Taco Bell. So
They
there
came
you
in like
go.
a little pill, right? Weren't they like a pill?
Yeah,
You
they
didn't know
were
what
like
the shape was going to be until they dissolved in hot water. Yeah, I love that. Those are
I
great.
kind of remember that.
I like Jake. He's right.
That's good.
Great
I
show.
nailed all my
That's
concerns
wild
on
because
Taco Bell.
that's probably the menu item that like literally has the most things. Yeah. If, if you could stuff your concerns into one Taco Bell,
That's the
no
one.
cheesy gordita crunch. No, all right.
Oh,
huh?
Also strong.
Huh?
Double-
Because it's more open. Your concerns can fall out of the cheesy gordita.
Right. You're right. It's
Not very
all
portable.
about the composition. You're right. You're exactly right. All right. Other franchises. Let's hear them.
Oh, right. That's what we were doing.
mine's not nearly as fun. I was just going to say the Rockies because man, they're poorly run and it's sad. As a native, like I want to root for my team. Way to set me up for failure, Nathaniel. I love that.
Let's see how far
How
can
can
we
we
go with
spin this
hang
off?
on. We can do this. We can do this. Hang
We
on.
can do this.
So
So
what would you name them? Would they stay the Rockies?
yeah, I like the concept of the franchise. Like all of
Okay.
that stuff's fine. Coors Field is, I don't know if any of you have ever been to Coors Field. Great place to watch a baseball game. Like they've got all of that right, but they won't spend the money. And like
Would you have,
okay,
like-
They aren't passing out edibles at the door. Like, what are they even thinking? Like,
right, exactly. Like, come on, know your crowd. It's just wild to me that they continue to sell out games, but they can trade people like Nolan Arenado
Yep.
and $50 million for 3 middle reliever prospects that are maybe double A worthy. They might make it to triple A, but people still go to games. Like what
Because you're a
message?
mile high up. Where else are you going to go? Right? I mean, you're literally like all the way up there. You got nowhere else to go. You might as well go to a baseball game. You know? Yeah.
Oh, I'd rather go to the mountains. Like,
I agree.
like there's so many, and it's just so frustrating, and that's why I stick with the Red Sox. Like it's been futility, and that was a weird World Series in 2007 for our household, and it was
Oh, I
funny because the series started on Halloween, and these kids in the neighborhood were trick or treating, and I'm in all my Red Sox stuff, obviously watching the game, and I pissed people in our neighborhood off. Being a Red Sox fan, they're like, "Oh, why? What are you doing? The Rockies are in the World Series." So the fan, like, and that's like the fan base is there. So I don't know. I should have said I should have said like Burger King.
Hang on, I got a better question though. Would you create like 10 really crazy looking like mountain characters to be your mascots for a whole decade? Because that might work. That worked for McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like
That's way better than what Dinger. What is that his name? Dinger, the dinosaur. He looks like Barney.
The dude who hits dingers.
No, I mean I think that was the idea behind it, but he's
Yeah,
a
I'd hire
creepy
him.
dinosaur. Oh yeah, totally.
Nice job. Yeah,
That
really
was
creepy mascots. Yeah.
That was embarrassing when they released him as a mascot. I was like, "Are you serious? You gave us Barney? Like
a
you didn't
knockoff
even
Barney.
like
a
a
dollar
knock-
store Barney. Yeah.
Yes, like a dollar store Barney.
Yeah.
Can we?
What
listen?
about-
Go ahead, Gabe. Sorry.
Oh, well, I was you know, you look, this is Pulp Premium stuff right here. We shouldn't even be sharing this on the live show. Okay. This is on our Patreon. Okay. Patreon.com / the open bar. Or maybe the open bar pod. I can't really remember, but one of those two. And
Do them both just in case.
check both. And if one of them actually exists, subscribe to that one because they deserve it. But
Third person, I like it.
But what I was going to say is Nate, now known as N8, Nate. If you weren't here live Tuesday 9:30 Eastern ish, you wouldn't have seen that his name is now N8, Nate. All right, I'm done with y'all's tornadoes. F5, 6, 7. No, okay, we're on to the next letter. We're talking about N's now. N8, Nate. He's coming in hot like a tornado, and this is what he said. He said Coors Light or Dos Equis. You know what we said? We put the dose up, baby. All right. So Nate's taking the Colorado Rockies back to El Paso, calling them the LP Equis, and we taking this thing out of town. All right. There's still mountains down there.
I love it. I love it. Or take it somewhere like, I don't know, Omaha.
New Orleans.
Why not?
New Orleans.
It's a good baseball city.
Come on,
you know what?
College World Series there?
Yeah. I mean, they love baseball. What else do they have to do in Nebraska? I have a lot of family from Nebraska.
Shuck.
But you know what? I would take the Rockies to New Orleans because New Orleans is one of my favorite cities on the planet. And
Come on.
Nice.
if I could own a team in New Orleans and live in New Orleans, hell
Now
yeah.
you're talking. Yeah.
And I get to hang out with Nate and Hobby all the time.
That's right. That's
Strong.
right.
So,
Just
let me ask you,
bonus.
Segue.
non Todd Helton division, Nate. Non Todd Helton division. Your favorite or the best Colorado Rocky of all time is
Nolan Arenado.
Larry Walker.
Over
No
Larry
Cargo.
Walker's Matt Holliday.
no Cargo, no Holiday, no Tulowitzki.
So okay. Tulo was great when he was healthy, but he started to have knee problems and ankle problems, and that hampered him. And then he was missing 40, 50, 60, 70 games a season, and then he was gone. Funny story. We actually walked next to him on a sidewalk in downtown Denver one night when he was out partying. That dude was huge for a shortstop, like for a stopgap. Like I was blown away at how big he was. Cargo was great, but he wasn't Nolan Arenado. He wasn't like a generational player at his position. He was an all-star caliber guy who won't ever get consideration for the Hall of Fame. Larry Walker didn't play his entire career here, and Larry Walker was great, and I love Larry Walker, and he's one of my all-time favorite players. Nolan Arenado is more talented, period. I think he's more talented than anyone who's ever played for the Rockies, and that includes Todd Helton.
Coming in hot.
So one of my favorite all-time third basemen, when I was growing up, I played third base. It's my position, hot corner, played it for years. One of my heroes was Mike Schmidt because I'm old. And he said, Nolan Arenado is the best third baseman I have ever seen. Best that's ever played the game. And he played with guys like Brooks Robinson. Why am I drawing a blank here? He played with great third basemen, and he saw them firsthand. And he's saying this guy's probably the greatest to ever play the position. So, I mean, he has to be the greatest in franchise history. Has to be.
All right. Very good.
And that's fair. Larry Walker being an Expo.
Yeah.
Andres Galarraga.
Colorado
Loved him.
played for the
Colorado.
Expos too, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And the Braves.
Yeah.
And the Braves, I think.
Yeah, and the Braves. I was a Braves fan.
I loved those 90s Braves teams were fun.
Ugh.
That they were.
Someone's
Someone's jealous. All right.
Phillies fan.
Of course you are. Nathan and Nathan Hobby. Whose franchise is up next?
Go ahead, Nathan.
All right. Not everybody at once.
Wait, what's happening?
Flex. The flex.
Oh boy, man.
Wait, are we going to Cal or me? Which one's happening right now? I
This
was busy
guy.
typing.
It's got to be you.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Cal.
Here we
I
go.
could have just put it up as a banner for you.
So my answer, I'm gonna go non-sports because as my name suggests, my sports teams are actually good, so I don't have to own them in order for them to win. I'm gonna go from Tampa and I'm gonna go a little bit to the east. I'm gonna own Disney World because I think that would be fun. Just to pimp out some rides and do some fun stuff with Disney World. So that's what I want to do. I want to be like the puppet master of the Disney World, all the parks and the rides and all those fun things.
Tell me more about which ride you were going to pimp out.
I said pimp out in the year 2021. But I don't know.
Yo,
Like,
Exhibit. Yeah, you got exhibit coming in there. There's some screens in your screens.
I'm about to pimp your ride, Disney World.
well, I'm
Your world.
gonna completely wokeify every ride. Make sure that there's nothing that could be possibly racially insensitive.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Now I gotta look them up.
Woke world.
Woke world.
It's just all about me, though. But yeah, no.
It's a woke world.
X to the C.
Well,
We'll give it to you.
That might
woke.
up.
God, that would be great. A whole Pimp My Ride amusement park would just be amazing. How did I not think that's a better one than McDonald's? The franchise of Pimp My Ride. It's one show from like 8 years on MTV. That's the franchise. That's it.
Well, yeah, but then Rock and Roller Coaster stops on the third time it rides. So
I don't know any of these ride names. So
Is the Rock and
Have you
Roller
ever been to
Coaster
Disney?
still there?
I've never been to
it's not-
Disney World. I've been to Disney. How about Space Mountain? That one sounds familiar.
Oh, that's amazing. That's such
Space
a
Mountain.
great
What
roller coaster.
are we changing that to? What can we? How can we woke it?
we're gonna technofy it. Like instead of the lights always being off, it's gonna
Causing seizures inside this little building. I love it.
I like that.
All right.
That'd be fun.
Now call it Interstellar Mountain.
I'd pay to get off that ride. Yeah.
Matthew
In your face,
McConaughey.
man.
Matthew McConaughey is just in there.
All right, Mountain.
All right. Do we still have Jake in here? He probably
Trowbridge.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'd like to
you
take a
imagine
ride
that?
on this magic mountain.
Just put Matthew McConaughey quotes on loop behind the.
No matter what time
That's
you get
not
older,
the same
it's
pace
same
whatsoever.
age. Exactly. They all overlapping each other. So awkward. It's some quotes from all of his movies, like even the obscure ones, like the quotes people don't know, where he's just like, "Hey," like that's it. That's the quote.
This sounds like a ride. They need to be handing out edibles at the beginning of the line.
Man, you know the thing I love about Space Mountain.
You get older, and it always gives you the same headache.
These kids keep getting taller, but the height of the ride stays the same.
There you go. Like that.
That's
I
so
like that.
strong. That's strong.
Good.
Well done.
That's good.
Well done. Last but not least, Nate and Hobby and Cal.
All right, so we've gone into the business world with McDonald's. We've gone in the sports world with the Rockies. Some amusement park themes, stuff like that. How about we go into the world of movie franchises?
Ooh.
And let's take over Star Wars.
Uh-oh.
And let's get rid of those prequels. Just delete them all off the face of the earth.
Yes.
That already is a good choice. You've already
Yes.
Just right there. Just delete every copy on the internet. Start over with those. Cast them well. And don't just endlessly produce these movies. Like we don't have to keep these things going. We can just let them exist for all of eternity in what they were, and they were good. So,
Dude, anything that gets rid of Jar Jar Binks.
exactly.
The Star Wars hive is gonna come after you.
Yeah.
Well, I think most of the Star Wars hive would agree that those 3 movies were terrible. Return of the Sith was fine, but the other ones, they were so bad. I'm on this. Let's do it.
It took them some time to, I think, get into the get into what I think they really wanted for their bag for the prequels. I don't know, and I'm someone who I just recently watched all of them over the last, probably in the last 2-ish months, sometime this year in 2021. I ran through all of them and I watched them in the order in which they were released because that's what everybody told me I needed to do. And I don't know. Maybe if I was one of those people who saw it way back in the day and then saw the new ones, I'd probably feel some type of way about it. But all together, I was like, oh, I can get with this. But I understand that because I feel like a lot of people despise Jar Jar Binks more than they do Barney or Caillou or anyone like that, which is a strong level of hate if you hate someone more than you hate Caillou. Caillou's awful, just as a heads up. Caillou caught a stray. Sorry, Caillou.
Kyle down in the comments is talking about The Last Jedi being by far the worst. So I'm on the other side of that. I actually think that one was good. And I didn't like 7 and 9 as much. And so the main reason is you had 2 different people trying to produce these movies, and there needed to be just one. Let one person have a vision, sign off on it, work together, whatever you got to do,
and run it through all 3.
Run it. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't have 2 different people and then sandwich them like that. That was just, it's like you spent 30 minutes of the movie number 9 getting, rid of the stuff that happened in 8. It was just weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's, I think, what people had a problem with the prequels is that they were an entirely different concept, right? So when it was 15 years later, it was where are you going with this? It derailed the whole thing. So I'm right there with you. And then just sort of retconning 8 out in the first 20 minutes of 9, I thought was just, I don't know, it was an odd choice to be okay, so none of that really matters. Let's go forward. You're well, then why did we just watch that whole 2 hour and a half, whatever movie?
Right?
Damn it. We came back too fast, Jim. I wanted to say that when J Mike went on mute, you saw the wondrous that was JOK. And there we go. JOK. When Man Bun joined a stream with Bobby Coke, whatever it is, JOK during the second day of the draft became the story of the draft. And we're okay, every pick we predict to be JOK. And so that's why when J Mike left, it became JOK. And I loved it.
Yep. Yeah. Nathan, the logo above your head there is still JOK pin bar.
Oh, I see it.
I think
still
we can combine these though, right? We can have the Force Awoke ride at Disney World, and Nate
sponsored by McDonald's
franchise to Orlando, sponsored by McDonald's. There we go.
Perfect. We're gonna rule the world. Done.
Yeah.
And JOK will be, Mickey Mouse.
He'll cut the ribbon.
He's super versatile. He can play any position. He could play all the Hamburglar, the Ronald McDonald. He could come over and play all your characters too, Nathan Andrew. So
I'm in. Sounds entertaining. I don't know. I kind of want to see this show. I feel like it makes sense to be on Disney Plus. 30 minutes a week.
For sure.
I'm in. Let's see JOK handle this chaos that we just created. That sounds hilarious.
Better yet, the open bar on Disney Plus every week. Come on.
Oh, hey now.
Every Tuesday, 9:30 Eastern ish. How would they say no?
We would be the opening act for Loki coming up in June. I'm for that.
Loki.
I'm for that. Loki. Let's go.
Loki. The Woken Bar.
The Woken Bar.
Come on.
We've got an episode title. That was easy. Well done. That was too easy.
I can change our title now.
I want to go. Thank you, Andrew. Going back, shout out to Terry. Praise on this and Caillou. Appreciate that, Terry. Sinra, Jar Jar way over Caillou.
What's up? T?
Yeah,
I didn't realize
true.
that.
How do we feel about Jar Jar over Blippy?
I don't even
Who's
know Blippy.
Blippy?
Yeah,
Oh, thank God you guys are so lucky.
No,
she's not wrong. Peppa Pig's
I am
not
I am a
either.
former special education kindergarten teacher. I know plenty about Blippy.
What is Blippy? What is that?
So okay, so he's this dude who, I mean, he's probably like late 20s, maybe early 30s, who does this like weird, like awkward character for little kids, where he teaches them about like museums and police officers,
and
helicopters and planes and excavators, and he wears these weird blue and orange costumes with like suspenders and the hat with the spinny thing on the top. And it's really, so it's creepy on its own. And then you look him up and you see what his previous career was on YouTube and the things that he was doing on YouTube before he was like doing the children's shows. So it's creepy on its own. And then you find out who oh, really? He's from, I didn't remember. He did these bits where there were, he was pooping on people.
What?
Oh,
Like as like on his
wow.
friends, like as jokes. And he was like Mr. Skis or something was his YouTube handle. And now he's doing kid stuff. So it's like, I mean,
Yo.
I understand that you're right. Like, yo. And it's all super innocent, but
That's
like,
a no from me, dog. That's a
Yeah,
no from me. No, I don't need to see any of his videos. I don't care if he ever once has done anything relating to pooping on something. I'm out. I'm out.
Right?
I'm out.
Right.
canceled.
And he has
Yep.
friends that like let him do this to them. Think about that.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Clout chasing, I
Interesting.
guess. Ugh.
I don't want to think
That's
about
new.
that, Nate.
Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. Let's move along.
Wreck my Tuesday. Good God.
Oh, I think we're being a little dramatic here. I just
Yeah, no doubt.
dropped a little knowledge. That's
That
all.
is good.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
that is good.
I know, and as you said that, I do remember a shout out to CD. I think CD. I think for Halloween, she had posted some picture. I think of her, maybe her husband dressed as Blippy or something. But I had never even heard of Blippy until you just said that. And I was like, oh yeah, that's that blue and orange set it off, and that little spinny hat. Because I was like, who wears
Who
that?
wears
in
a spinny
2021?
hat? For real.
That is-
Red flag.
yeah,
Red flag.
that's a-
Right.
The Finero.
Yeah, that was good.
Finero.
Oh, it's
No,
amazing he hasn't done one with Odell Beckham yet.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Meditate, Cleveland Browns.
oh.
Strong.
Nice.
So I'm guessing he's a
Talk about him, I
JOK
love.
fan. He's a JOK fan. Yes. Speaking of JOK fans, well, I don't
I
know.
am.
How do you segue this, Mike? I'm waiting for you, J. Mike. Let's go. How
Here
do
we
you
go.
get
Let's
from
see it.
this to the next? Let's go there.
I feel like there's only one way to do it, with the click of a button.
Oh man,
Oh, Scott.
perfect.
What's going on, guys?
What's
up,
up,
Scott?
Scott?
It's the only segue I got, guys. So.
Yeah, speaking of,
That's how you do it.
Scott Fish. Yeah. You said that. Yeah. Approval rating way up for the joking bar.
The Joking Bar. I love it. I love it. Big crowd tonight. Man, this is awesome. I just got done with another podcast and I was like, what are these guys up to? Maybe I'll click the StreamYard, see what's going on.
I messed
On
up
in the
last
ish.
week, Scott. We got you a rotating guest through all of Scott Fishbowl. So, really the first guest that might not show up or might show up. You just have to come here and find out for yourself. So
Nice.
Tune in.
it's pretty good little marketing strategy there. So anybody out there trying to, get your podcast popular, just like, say that Scott Fish might be.
I am more than willing to randomly jump on for a few minutes to podcasts out there when I can. I don't mind. I like that. It's kind of fun. The most important commissioner here. I love that. I love that, Nathan.
Someone hasn't gotten their SFB invite yet.
Nathan is one of the best commissioners out there. I love Nathan. I got to meet him in Tampa. He's a good dude. Love Nathan.
I love you too, Scott.
Have you heard of
Stanley.
Nathan's new moniker, or rather his new pronunciation of his name? His name.
Is it like horse-like, like Nathan?
Kinda, yeah. Depends which era you're in.
I don't like that because the horse sound is one of the sounds I can't make for my son with his books. You know, like it's one of the. It's an animal I can't do very well. Horses and dolphins. I can't do dolphin impressions. Just can't.
Can we hear both, Scott, please?
No. That's. I would rather drop bars than do that, and I'm not doing that either.
Yes.
All right. Well, hold on, Scott. What is your best animal impression then? What do you say you have two worst? What's your best?
Oh, I don't. I have no bests. I have two worsts and then a whole lot of bads. Is what I have.
Like a whole bunch of abstain. Just abstain. Just abstain. I'm not in there.
A lot of ish. I got you.
Oh man.
Very nice.
You got a busy chat going on too. This is awesome. Did I interrupt a conversation? I hope I didn't. I hope that.
Let's not talk about it. We're not bringing it up. I'm bringing it up.
Nope. We were right on our perfect schedule, following the show sheet.
Everything
Nice.
was perfect.
That sounds like the open bar.
Yeah,
Follow
exactly.
the show sheet. You got times listed out. Oh, we're 20 seconds over. Let's move on to the next topic.
Yep.
That's
So
these guys
stressed
well.
out right now that we're not.
classic open bar. You know what I watched
Guilty
today?
as charged.
I watched the J Mike Invitational draft today. I watched like 12 videos.
So good. So good. Really messing
Yes.
with that TA ADP. That was so
I know.
smart.
That was one thing. I was like, man, the ADP shark's gonna come after you, J Mike.
Yeah. Sometimes I miss stuff on Twitter, and I did not see it first run. But I went on Dynasty Trade Addicts show yesterday night, and they told me about it, and they excluded the Trade Addicts 5 draft from their ADP when we talked about it.
Rude.
Just rude.
Wow.
My
Yeah.
favorite was the random pick. Like, just pick a name. I love that. Like, just one of these names. That was great. That's exactly what I would have done with my wife. And she would have been like, "What? Justin Fields? I don't know. Whatever." That was great.
I feel like
That's
that's
basically
kinda-
how that went.
I feel like that's kind of rude, and they're chalking you up to a chalk drafter by not using your ADP. You know,
Yeah, I think
I feel like
I
I
need
feel like
to
some of those
send-
picks were real.
I'm gonna have to send a strongly worded email to one Russ Fisher
Yeah.
at Dynasty Outhouse
Nay,
on Twitter.
send a letter.
Hey,
You know
You
someone's
shall
mad
hear
if they
from-
take the time to write a letter and mail it nowadays.
nay, let's put his address on the banner down at the bottom, and everyone write a letter.
He shall hear from my carrier pigeons. Yeah, I'm not okay with that.
Scott, you missed earlier. Cal said he sends like a letter every other week, so he's an avid letter writer.
Wow.
Mini pin
Wow.
all around the world.
That is wow.
No, I don't.
Pin down all over the world.
Yeah. Well, when he
Christmas
said all
anyway.
around the world, I was thinking like Humpty Dance or something. Like came to mind real quick there. You know?
That's fine. We can go that direction. Yeah.
I'm
That's how
okay
Cal
with
likes
that,
to roll.
Scott.
I'm not
So
dancing.
what we just finished, Scott, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
What the charge was for all of us was to we were talking about Bob Baffert and how he had the juiced up horse disqualified from the Derby. So we were saying if you could take over any franchise, sporting or non, any franchise period, movie franchise, any show franchise, any business, any cartoon. I knew it was going to be your answer.
Okay.
But the
keep
goal
going.
is The goal is to take it from wherever it is, wherever its middling space is, and take it to the top of its profession.
Oh, then I can't take Fast and the Furious. It's already at the top.
Already there. Exactly.
Walk into that one.
So what would you take and why would you take it to the top of its genre, profession, sport, etc.?
Like, why wouldn't it be the franchise that you're the biggest fan of? I like, that would be my obvious answer, is just taking the Vikings. And if I can take them to the top, if that's part of the equation, I get a Super Bowl win. That's my lifelong dream, man. So it's got to be them, right? Like, but I'm curious what Nathan's was, because he already got his Bucks championship. By the way, my son was a Bucks fan all last year, and he was a Chiefs fan the year before. I'm worried as a front runner, except for the fact he starts being a fan of them early in the season. So maybe he's just a good luck charm.
Well, can I see Bengals maybe this year? What do you think? What's he picking? Give me some early odds here.
Yeah, that's a good point. When I find out what team he's a fan of next year, should lay some money down and tell people.
Well,
I like it.
Nate went the sports route, so I decided to make my name. My sports teams are actually good, so I don't have to own them.
Nice.
With all three making it to their championship games or series last year, so I said Disney World. I don't own Disney World.
Nice. I like it. Yeah. If there's a top above what they're already at, I can see that. Yeah. Can I get your guys' opinion on something here?
Sure.
Since J Mike brought up the Kentucky Derby, so Medina Spirit won, right? I went to St. Louis draft weekend, hung out with a bunch of guys. Ryan McDowell was one of them, and like we each took 3 horses and we bet some money on it. We had some friendly money on it. And Ryan McDowell had Medina Spirit, and he won that. Now, do we have an argument to take that money away from him next year when we do this draft weekend? Like, should he not be spending that money? Because I feel like that the Medina Spirit cheated, and I feel like Ryan cheated us. Is what I feel like.
This and more on the next episode of Commission Impossible.
You knew, Ryan.
Who do you think supplied him with the drugs? Oh boy. Good on Ryan though. Like, he had emergency surgery, and the next day he's like, "Screw it, I'm driving to St. Louis."
I didn't know that he still went, because I knew about that. That's wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they ended up going. I felt for him. I was like, oh man, he didn't get to go meet up with y'all. But no, he had emergency surgery, and the next morning he was like, I'm feeling pretty good, and his wife was like, are you going to St. Louis or what? Like almost pushing him out the door.
Wow.
So Ryan's like, I'm going.
Love it.
Yep.
I think you investigate what role he played, if any. And if he didn't play a role, I think it's fair.
That might be why he made the trip, because he knew what was going on.
Did he get shanked? Like, what was the emergency surgery? Right? Maybe he had a problem. Somebody found out that he was involved.
He had to,
you know what I mean?
Maybe. No. He had a bunch of banana ice cream and had to have his gallbladder removed, and that's the story I'm going to tell people.
All right. Terrified of banana ice cream now.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. I like Senra's idea of just saying, hey, put it toward charity. That's one.
There you go.
But on the other side of that, Jake was very much like, hey, all bets stand. You want
according to Vegas, that bet stands, and we'll probably forget by next year. But we bet on everything that weekend. We bet on the turtle races. We bet on everything. Lots of dollar bills. I want to know what all our wives thought when we each brought like 200. I think Ryan brought like $200 in $100 bills. The amount of $1 bills we brought to St. Louis, and then it was just betting on the draft.
He returned with
betting on turtles.
Bills. You don't see that.
I swear, babe.
Just making bets.
Not what you think.
Just making bets.
I didn't go to strip. I swear.
Yeah.
It's not what you
any memorable turtle? Because I'm not that I've heard of it, but I'm totally certain it exists because any sort of animal racing exists.
Mhm. Yeah.
Any good turtle names that you remember from
Yes.
from the race?
Yes. My favorite was
Okay.
Steve.
Got it.
Yep.
That's
No.
what I anticipated you saying.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. In fact, when they list them, it's hilarious because Steve is the last one, and you never expect the last one to
Right.
be Steve. I could probably pull them up really quick for you here. The turtle racers. But yeah,
Maybe.
it was a good
Apparently not a fan of
derby.
Steve.
We could probably have a turtle race draft of sorts, J Mike.
Yes. So here are
That's
the
a
names
great
of the turtles in the turtle race that we bet on.
Oh, now we have to come up with new ones after they drop all the good ones. Okay.
Yeah, pardon my mulch. Now you see me, now you don't. Reginald Boxworth, Lady Greenery, Lost in the Fog, Molasses, Sergeant Slopez, and Steve. and see how Steve is just so great at the end there?
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect to put him last.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
I like
Sergeant Slopez.
that. Sergeant
That's
Lopez was
the alliteration.
definitely
in
got
fact,
me.
I think Sergeant Slopez was the 101 when we drafted our turtles.
nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The transition from Sergeant Lopez to Steve really just hits.
It does. It does. They know how to do it with the Kentucky Turtle Derby Classic.
Mm.
So is it only during the Derby that this place does this?
I think so. I think they do the Turtle Derby like either the day before or a couple hours before, and then you watch the replay of it because I don't think they want to. There's edits, and I brought that up. Like I brought that up with the group
Yeah.
that there's edits here. This isn't there's not an above shot of the turtles.
Mhm.
They're editing the thing and making jokes. I'm not sure that the actual turtle, the turtle that they took crowned the winner. I'm not sure that was the actual winner. I want to contest the winning on that.
He might have been pushed during a cut, right?
I think another turtle won, and they just edited it to make it look like the turtle that won.
What if it's the same edit from last year, right? Who knows? It's even like a legitimate live race. We don't know.
Right.
There's no evidence. Well, I was gonna
everything's
ask-
dirty?
This
Well, I
is
was asking
Turtle
because-
racing scandals.
Well, in
This is
Chicago, there are a
scandal.
couple of bars that I used to go to like 10 years ago when I lived there that would do turtle racing every Friday night. It was like a thing. It was so much fun. Like you could go and like you get every pitcher of beer, you get like 4 tickets or whatever, and then they call out a ticket number and you get to go up and be a part of this turtle racing. It was, I think, I want to say like Big Joe's in Chicago, and I won a T-shirt because my turtle won. And then we get into the final, like if every week for all year, and then the final winner at the whole end of the year, whoever wins gets like a trip somewhere. I mean, it was like this whole thing. It was
Sure.
so much fun, and it was
That
just
sounds
all,
awesome.
all an excuse to drink a bunch of beer. It was totally worth it. And then when people
Man.
leave, they leave their tickets. You're like, I'll take that. Gives me better chances. Like it was awesome. So
Nice.
the turtles loved it too. I don't think they were in any pain. So yeah,
The
they were having
turtles
fun.
loved it.
No,
Yeah.
they're getting exercise. It's good
Yeah.
for them. Getting a workout.
They're getting
We
lots of
need-
attention. You know,
Why don't we have turtle racing in Denver? Like, what is
That's-
wrong with this city?
that seems right up your alley there. Yeah.
Is there
Apparently,
like
I'm going to
a-
have to open a turtle racing place in Colorado, and it's just going to have to happen. And there we go.
And you
Is there
can
a
name all the turtles
secretariat?
after fun Rockies.
Or I could just name them like Bob, Steve, Randall, Charles.
I think it's better when there's only one
Scott,
of them. But
Nate.
yes.
Nate. Is there a
Oh man.
is there a
Nah.
secretariat of turtle racing?
Oh yeah, man. I'll bet there is like a really quick one. It's just bred to be fast.
Yeah.
It's Steve. It's Steve.
Steve. Yeah.
There's,
Steve
there's,
Retieri.
It's got to be Steve.
Steve
there's a
Retieri.
game there for an SFB spot. Have the chat give their best turtle name.
Mm.
Let's
There it
go. You
No,
heard
listen,
it here.
you heard it
first.
here
I love it.
first.
Come on.
Chat, this is your chance to win your way
Hmm.
into SFB 11.
You want
Give
in?
us
This
your
is how you
best-
do it.
Your best race turtle name now or never. The best racing turtle name for a spot to get into SFB 11 because why not? and that's where we're at.
And I
reasons
think
that
simultaneously we do our draft. Is that
Yes.
realistic?
This is where we can. Yes.
Okay. All right. I feel like so. Okay, I think we could make up a turtle name. I think that's doable. Those names, like I thought they were going to be way better, Scott. And
Yeah.
like they were just kind
Wow,
of okay.
throwing major shade at the Kentucky Turtle Derby right now.
Well, Sergeant Lopez and Mo Lasses. Those were two
Molasses.
decent ones there, but I don't think the rest were like all that great.
I agree. I'll
Steve-
agree.
Okay, Steve, actually, okay. But Steve needs the other. What was it? 7 to exist for Steve to be funny. Like it could
Yes.
just be like Steve,
Yes.
Mark, Nathan,
Yep.
Nathan.
Yep.
So
Nathan.
Hey,
that would
All
actually be
pronounced
funny,
slightly
like a
different.
horse name
Yeah.
for a turtle.
And see that would even be funny, even if it wasn't Steve. If you went cartoonish, like if it was those 7 and like the last one was named Horse, like that would be hilarious. Like it's
Yeah.
the simplicity of the final one that makes it funny.
Yep. All right.
Secretortars. Interesting.
That's-
Okay.
Turtle
We're
recall.
blending.
Turtle recall is really good. I like that one.
Anybody remember
They could've just
Slowpoke
gone
Rodriguez?
Secretortus. Secretortus probably would have been cleaner right there.
I like
Yep.
that one.
Turtle recall. Love that.
Turtle recall is good.
So I think for this draft, J Mike, we need to come up with a name ourselves. Hopefully the chat doesn't entirely take everything from us. But well, it's shelled,
It's just funny. It's just a funny name. Just chill pickle. Like what?
Let's define the shell. Like, is it like one of those like Back to the Future plutonium containers where it's like completely encased and there's no chance of me being near that pickle juice that ruins everything?
Strong. That's strong. I'm sorry, Gabe. I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you saying with the draft?
So yeah, turtle name. I think we've gotten that far, and let's of course compare it to a player, but the player has to be slow. So you got to look up your 40 times. You got to do your research on this one. This is truly an FF filibuster right here because you got to think of some slow players. Like, oh man, that player is slow. He runs definitely a sub, not a sub. What's the opposite of sub? A other way, over sub.
That's a great question. What is the opposite of
What
sub?
is it?
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't
Post?
know.
Like there's par
I don't
and
know.
subpar. What's like above
Maybe
par?
you just exclude the sub. You just don't say it.
It's too late now. He's already said it.
Anyway, the opposite of sub is what I was going to say, 4.5. So it just has to be slower than 4.5, which is probably very doable for the majority of NFL players. So any sort of skill player.
Oh,
that,
I got it. I think I got it.
Scott,
Deemed
do
as
not
slow.
take it. Scott,
Hold
you
on.
cannot take it.
Hold
You
on,
can't
hold
take
on.
it, Scott.
Oh,
Bonus points if you
I
can
think I
cross
got it.
over.
No, you don't. I'm taking it, Scott. Do not take it.
This is exciting now. Now I'm not sure who I want to pick to go.
do we have the same one?
Yes,
we might have the
one,
same.
Scott.
We might have the
Probably.
same player, but do we have the same name?
Oh wait, we have to change the name. We forming the
So-
name into a.
Yeah.
Turtle name? Okay.
Can I
Bonus
say
point-
mine?
bonus
It's too
points if you do
perfect.
that.
It's too
Go,
perfect.
Scott. Go, Scott.
Kelvin Terrapin.
Oh, we didn't have the same one, so we're good.
Kelvin
Yes.
Terrapin.
That is the exact thing that we need.
Kelvin Terrapin. Okay, maybe it's not that great, but it's close.
10 seconds ago. It's perfect. 10 seconds later. It's not that great.
That's basically Calvin Benjamin after the draft, and then you're like, "Oh my God, he's big!" And it's Calvin Benjamin right before his 40, and then right after. It's perfect. Look at it. He's big and strong and huge radius. And oh no,
can't
oh
move.
no.
See, Matt took mine in the comments here. Elijah Turtlefield. That's the one right there.
Yeah.
Oh, Elijah Turtlefield. Yeah,
That's
take out the
strong.
holy. Elijah Turtlefield.
Elijah
is
Turtlefield.
good. It is good.
That's a good one.
I got one. Ben Turtleburger. Dude, slow. What? He's
Yeah.
slow.
It makes
Yeah.
me think of eating a turtle in a hamburger.
That's part of the
though.
joke.
I
It's
don't-
like if he's slow, you know what they do with the horses. It's the same with the turtles.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what happens.
I do
So-
feel like he has
Too
one of the
real, too
slowest
real.
scrambles in the game.
The one that I thought that Scott was going to use, and I'm struggling to get a turtle version, but I'll go with it. Darunya will not walk very fast.
Yeah, see, that was my initial thought was Darunya Wilson. Yes, Nathan, we were very much on the same page. But then when I thought Terrapin, Benjamin, I don't know, I thought to myself, oh no, I'm gonna go that route. Yes, I was thinking that. That originally.
People forget that Matt Harmon, finishes certain acts before Darunya Wilson finishes.
Yes. Yes.
How
Oh
about
man.
Amon-Ra St. Tortoise?
That's not bad.
Ooh.
It's not bad. Almost like an Amon-Ra St. Green would have been funny too, I guess. Like
Oh,
that you can come up with.
That's better. That's way better.
It's tricky.
That's way better.
It is.
What else you got there?
And Jim Bob Cooter is just cheating. that's
What was his 40 time, Scott? You got that on you?
Oh yeah.
I don't have that.
How deep do we go with these?
I'm not sure that we have a draft anymore. This is more of an auction, which I love. But the very first open bar
John Bosch should
auction,
be proud.
John Bosch should be proud that we just rally off names. I've got one.
The chat.
Oh no, that is really good. Now I don't even want to say mine. I feel like I got bodied.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Just say the other
man.
first.
Tortoise.
Yeah, it's over, right? It's
Yeah,
over.
It's over.
Lynn Tortoise.
We have a winner.
What's
That's
sad
not
is Portis
That's
was never slow.
I know. I think.
No.
Well,
Right.
That's
now
the only
the
problem with it.
oh, did y'all show the Benny? That's Benny
Benny
Shell.
Shell?
Yeah,
No,
Benny
that's
Shell.
a good
Benny
one.
Shell.
I already told Zach in the chat there were no Benny Snell jokes. This is a
Benny
no Benny
Shell.
Snell joke fly zone.
Did you show it already?
No,
I didn't
I'm not
see.
showing that.
Benny Shell. That's
Unbelievable.
funny. Because
Jerome Tortoise?
Yeah, Tortoise. Oh wow,
Jerome
All right.
Tortoise.
Jerome Tortoise. I
I
was
finally came
gonna
up
go
with
with
one.
I was gonna go with Green and Allen. That's all I had so
There you
far.
go.
Sure.
We'll take
Oh,
it.
that's because man, that's pretty good too.
Yeah, nice.
This is tough.
Well done, Jeff.
So Scott,
that's- got some levels to that one.
we've had a bunch of great names, Scott. Who is? Do you have a winner at this point? I feel like a ton of submissions have come through and just crushed it.
Yeah, man. Honestly, the Clinton Tortoise one is the best one, but
Yeah.
it's like it doesn't fit him. Oh man.
But the idea is
But
to
the- but
win
the-
the race at the same time.
Yeah, like the betting odds on Clinton Tortoise would be like 5-1.
Oh,
right?
right.
Like he's gonna have good odds. Right? I think it's got to be Clinton Tortoise, man. That's just too good. It's too.
How did
perfect.
we all miss that? Oh,
Here we go.
it was right there.
good.
Shall not.
Oh, it's good too.
Yep.
Le'Veon
Take it.
Shell.
So
I don't
you go.
know. I don't know if we've said all of these, like if anyone's listening, but besides the
I
ones
was-
that we're actually saying, I know that you're showing them, J Mike, and we kind of have said some of them. Oh, Leonard Sloan.
Yet another reason, if you're listening to this in podcast,
Hey,
form,
Oh,
marketing.
YouTube.
Scott
Yeah,
Fish
the-
is here.
Yeah, the Clinton Tortoise guy is not in SFB yet either.
No, and he's
James Chris.
Yeah.
Chef is my boy. I used to host the Blitz with him. Lovely person. If you're gonna
Friend of
hook
the
him
show.
up. Friend of the show for sure.
100% friend of.
And
Been on
he
the
just
show.
got home today with his new baby boy from the
Oh,
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Chef.
that's the best.
Did you see his other Tutu at Shell too? Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah,
Oh,
there was
yeah,
there were some
great.
really great submissions in this. Tutu at
That was
Shell.
him again though. That was
Um,
he's having a good day.
Kids are the best, man.
Killing it.
Having a good day.
Well,
I
that's
love
what I
it.
mean. He's coming up with good turtle puns. This guy's having a good day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tutu Eggshell. That's good. Kids are the best, except for when they poop in your bed. That's not good.
Yeah, don't like
Flippy,
that.
Flippy reference.
Oddly
Flippy.
specific.
It goes full circle.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Oh,
That's where we go with it.
All right.
I love it.
That
F,
was
have you
most fun.
made a turtle soup before though? Because now we
Yeah, chef. Yeah.
any turtle soup. I'm
probably
directly
has.
I'm directly asking the chat. Have you made a turtle soup before, Chef? We
I've-
gotta know.
I don't eat soup, so
I don't
Oh,
eat
shocker.
it's a soup
So, yeah.
show.
I exclusively eat pickle soup personally. So.
Ew.
oh man,
Diced or boiled pickles.
God, are these real things? I'm so far out of pickle culture that I don't even know if that's a real thing.
Is there a pickle culture?
I hope.
What
Like, I
if-
love pickles, but
Oh,
like,
man.
I can tell you
Wow.
for a fact there is pickle Twitter. You
Oh.
think fantasy football Twitter is crazy? Try getting your tweets thrown into pickle Twitter. Oh
I'd
boy,
imagine that's kind of a weird space to be in. Pickle
It's-
Twitter.
it is a weird
Oh.
space.
Ooh.
Strong.
It's not bad.
Strong.
For Koye, it's
Christian
Nice.
Okoye.
Koye.
Man,
All right.
All right. The so
Yeah.
so Scott, it sounds like you have named James the winner of the.
I think so.
Racing Turtle names.
Yeah, he's had multiple too with the Tutu Atchell and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's
Yep.
do James. That sounds good.
How
There it
phenomenal.
is.
There it is.
Well done,
Chef-
everybody. Chef
with a
especially.
racing turtle name, James Chris, also known as the FF_chef, the Tilt Pod, all the things that he's into. Shout out to you, James, and shout out to on being a new dad. How
Yeah.
excited
Yeah.
is that, man?
That's awesome.
Stuff.
That's
Stuff for the
awesome.
new addition. Thank you for bringing that gym, Nate, because I didn't know he was or anything. That's awesome.
Yeah. Beautiful baby boy, very healthy and home. So
Yeah.
awesome for
So,
him.
I'm telling you.
We're all
Awesome.
stoked for him.
Very cool.
He made a good little note for him to write and read for the future chef, the
Yes.
sous chef, if you will.
Yep.
Ooh, shit.
Or,
Yo,
so
very good.
the note was good though, and I don't know if I can just bring it up here for everyone to read, but classic chef stuff there.
Hey, on that note, can I give you a dad win here? Something you can do that's going to be really cool for your kids.
Let's get it.
As
So
long
you
as
talk
it's
about
not
writing a
puppy-related.
note. Set up an email address for them, and just anytime you think of something, email them.
I love that.
You keep the password.
Mm.
You just email it. Like anytime something comes up, they do something in school, they do something on the field, they do whatever, and you just want to say something to them on their birthday, whatever it is. And then at
Interesting.
some point, hand the password and the account over to them, and they've got it.
Yeah, my brother does that for both of his kids. That's a
That's
great
brilliant. I love that.
I do.
Yep.
I like that. I do like that.
Because the little moments get lost, right? That's the
do.
whole point. Is that like
Oh,
you have all these
yes,
big
they
pictures,
do.
the Mother's Days and all this, but like you rode your bike today, I was so proud. You know, little
Exactly.
things like that would be killer when you're 18. You know what I mean? When you graduate and you're like, oh
Yes.
yeah.
See, we have multiple journals that we've kept of for our kids, and that my wife writes them. But when she's writing them, she's like, "Do you have anything to add today?" That like there's like a stack of them, like little books that she does. That she writes like, "You did this today," et cetera, et cetera. So same kind of concept, just not
Mhm.
emails.
Love it.
This is what Chef started off with day 0, literally before AJ was even birthed into this world. For the podcast listeners, this is what he wrote. As I sit, Alexander James, AJ, as I sit here in the final minutes before becoming a father, I want to make a pledge that I will be there to pick you up and set you straight. Let you learn from your own mistakes, but give you tips along the way. You will always be loved, my son. That is definite. Why am I reading this? J. Mike, you're the person that people like to hear speak. But anyway, you will have to know that I made a trade for Kyle Pitts in the hour before you were born in a TE Premium League. Don't worry. I don't think Najee Harris will be around when you know what football is. That's when it got me right there.
This is perfect.
Let me
I love it.
continued. The Steelers O-line, although they drafted some guys, isn't much. And I got extra picks back, so let's go. One day, you will read this and realize while your mother was getting prepped for a C-section, your dad was kicking ass and taking names in fantasy football. See you in a few minutes, my little dude. Love, your dad.
Oh, that's so good.
Tremendous.
That's so good.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
Yep. Kyle Pitts.
it's so perfect. Kyle Pitts. I
There's-
love that. Najee Harris stick was great.
I
Yeah.
know. That's when it got me. Don't worry.
Again, what jersey am I wearing? Yeah, I'm a fan. Yeah, okay. Najee Harris not gonna be there. I agree.
That was strong. Well done, James. Just winning all over the place today, man.
Very
Golly.
deserving. Yeah.
With that, and we've drafted Gabe. Are we ready for outros?
That sounds absolutely horrible, but lovely at the same time.
What a night.
With respect to all Nate's, Nate Mike's, Bananiel, Man Bananiel. I don't know. I don't know. I still do it. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine with me. We already did our draft. Well, sort of an auction draft. So see, hey Mike, this is the problem, man. You try to make the outros entertaining because look, a little hint about podcasting.
Lid on me.
I'm listening. I'm
Here we
listening.
go.
Teach us, Gabe.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Preach.
Hang on, let me get my pen.
Listen up, podcasters and live streamers. The open bar.
Are you cats and kittens out there?
All you cats and kittens. All you turtles and tortoises, listen.
I'm going to give you the perfect way to end your show.
Oh my god.
Let me slow it down for you.
Oh boy.
Look, I just want everyone to break out of their shell. All right. That's the biggest thing. I don't even know what I was going to say. Oh, the intros and outros are really boring. And that's why we try to make them, well, not on purpose, but just on accident, make it entertaining, I guess, with intros not being an actual intro.
Well, here
And
we can.
outros
I can
make
try
it
this.
fast.
Because
So-
the beginning of this whole thing, J Mike was talking about how he put the whole show on his back like a turtle. The whole time we were talking turtle.
Wow.
Didn't
Right.
even
It
know
started from the beginning.
Didn't
Wow.
even realize layers. J Mike,
This
amazing.
is the best podcast in the world. I'm
Wait,
telling
Andrew,
you.
it was on the show sheet, so you know.
There's a show sheet. I think there's a show sheet.
Thanks for writing that, by the way, Nick
So-
Andrew. Really appreciate it.
So, Gabe, I actually did write down some bars for you to hear at the outro. I got it right here, so I'm going to try this now. Okay?
Oh,
That was incredible. Damn it.
Bravo.
Ah,
dip. I love
feel
it.
like we just got CD'd.
That was amazing.
We all got catfished right there.
Yeah.
Oh
Well
man.
Hella edging. All right.
Edging.
What?
Has she been on this? I haven't seen her. She'd be great on this.
What? Edging draft? Edging draft here, Mike?
Get me out of here, bro. Get me out of here.
Tuesday mommy would have done it.
Oh
Scott
man.
Fish.
Wow.
He would have done it. All right. I was a joke, J Mike. Calm down. All right. Outros, saying goodbye to our friends, our family. I think at this point, look, I'll tell you what. The open bar, we are very good at not talking about football. I'll say that much. But sometimes we're really, really good at it. And I'm not saying like we as in like J Mike and I'm saying like sometimes you just get a good group of people that is cohesive and able to just be able to throw football aside, but sort of kind of keep it floating around, and like a shell of sorts, and allow us to propel forward slowly, but propel forward and continue with the show. So it was great. So good, so fun. My people, let's start with your outros in reverse order, starting with not yay, but nay. Then what do you have to say to the people?
Really appreciate you guys having me on. This is always so much fun. I can't wait until in like 3 months I drunk DM you guys again. I'm looking forward to that event. I look forward to come back on. Whenever you guys want me, you can have me.
Can't wait for the next DM. And really that like I mentioned that at the beginning of the show of people coming on that way, like please come on and invite yourself on essentially, but like really you are one of the few that has done that legitimately, because I feel like people don't really like probably do that for a podcast show. It's supposed to be this illustrious thing of getting invited onto a podcast, but and no offense for us inviting you, it's illustrious. We appreciate you, but it's cool. It's cool when you invite yourself on too. That means we'll definitely vibe, and we vibe nonetheless. With 3 rookies, we did it. How did we do it? I don't know, but I know slowly, but I know for sure that we had to turn one name. We had to flip the Cal into the Nate. All right. 10 keys from a quarter brick. We took him from a Cal and we got him to a Nate. That's a J. Cole line. Look that one up later, guys. Nate and Hobby, Cal and Hobby sometimes, Nate and Hobby mostly. Thanks for coming on, my friend. Feel free to plug what you actually do, and the floor is yours.
Well, so to be honest, I really was one of those people that was like, wow, this is amazing. It's such an honor to get invited on the open bar. And now I hear you can just invite yourself. It kind of, the whole thing just is a little bit of a shell game, I think, right? I mean, it's just, I don't know what to say.
Damn that game, Cal.
Such a shell game here.
Such a shell game.
No, I really appreciate you guys having me on. I just love having the time to be able to share the screen with you guys. Seriously, it's you guys are awesome. First time I got to spend any time with you, J Mike. I've been around all these other guys. Certainly love them. Great, some of the best people on Twitter right here. So yeah, make sure you're following them, follow their work, everything that they're doing, because seriously, every single one of them does something that I appreciate in some way. So yeah, make sure you're doing that.
And again, shout out to you for throwing up the green screen and the bar open. That's lovely stuff. That's why you got to be here. You got to be here live Tuesdays. You don't know what people are going to throw up in their background for us. Come on. And shout out to the Vipers. Y'all always got the cool like visuals in general. Like honestly, like the when I was on for that draft of fictional football players. And I was Jaguars fan, so I got to be 101, and I was there to watch the intro. The intro was just incredible in general. I'm like, gosh, these guys are like handsome.
The guy that made it was right there in your comment section, Finero.
Shout out looks Finero. Like Finero work, man.
Yeah.
Big time shout out to Finero, because he'd been on here too, and he throws the open bar on his like computer screen in the background, like he's got an open bar on his desktop. Love that guy. Yours is okay too, Cal, but all right, next Appreciate up that. Next Nate, a real Nate, an N8. He wishes he was a little bit taller. Shout out to your shirt, by the way. Did recognize that. As a matter of fact, I think we. Oh, geez. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
That's awesome.
J Mike did send me that on the side of like what the heck that was, because I was totally nope on that conversation, and maybe I will be
wife sent it
someday.
to me.
But yeah,
She sent
Boy,
me a
howdy.
picture of what Blippy looked like, and then I forwarded it to Gabe like, "Hey, this is Blippy," and I was like, "Yeah,
No.
that's
That
sideways.
ain't it.
That's really weird."
Yeah. All right, that dude freaked me out a little more than like those Ronald McDonald characters. But all right,
You're welcome.
Clear your browser history, everybody.
Yeah.
Heads up. Just let you know. Probably best.
Oh shit.
You're welcome.
That does seem like a browser history like eraser for sure. Anyway, Nate, real Nate, when we first connected, we were talking hip hop, talking Lauryn Hill. Always appreciate that. And I believe did we weave some Wu-Tang into there? I don't know. But anyway,
I don't think
recognize
we
the shirt,
did,
and
but
anyway, appreciate the shirt, and thank you for coming on, my friend. What have you got to share with the people?
so the shirt was a Father's Day present 2 years ago from Jen, because she's awesome and she knows me so well. Thanks for having me on, man. This is a blast. I've been hearing about you guys for like 9 months, never had the opportunity. Stoked to be a rookie. Would love to come back someday. Apparently, I'll just get drunk and DM you about it in a couple of weeks. It'll be all good. Yeah, I'm just with In Between Media. We write about football and life and music and all sorts of different stuff. And that's all I've got to plug. Just stoked to be here, man. What a blast. And the whole Scott Fish bomb. Hey, now.
You never know.
You never know. You never know.
Tis the season.
Tis the season.
Yeah,
Scott Fishmas.
He wouldn't be here for any other reason. That's for sure.
Right. I mean,
In
otherwise.
between media. Shout out to Third Mike.
Yes. Yes.
Also our guy,
boy.
Mike Telenko. Yeah.
Yep.
good people.
Love Mike.
Friend
Great
of the
dude.
show. Friend of the show.
One of my
So many
favorites.
friends of the show. Way too many friends of the show, J Mike. People get so mad. This is why Nathan DM'd us drunkenly. Doesn't matter. You can do it soberly. I don't care. But this is why you do it, because we literally don't know the last time that you came on. And we've been kind of like feeling that the past few months of people that we've certainly had on before, that we knew we've had on before, but then we had to like retroactively like get inside of our shell and be like, yo, it's been a year since you've been on this show. And I don't know how that's possible. Considering, there's typically like 4 new guests of sorts every single week. So apologies in advance to you 4 that might not be on for a year unless you drunkenly DM us. So that's the way it is. I don't know what
Or soberly. You can also sober DMs are okay too.
Sober DMs
Is
are
it-
good too.
But do you have the courage when you're sober? That's the thing.
I think I sober DM'd. I'm pretty sure I sober DM'd J Mike or somebody. I was like, hey, I'm gonna hop on that.
Publicly.
Yeah, I know.
as a
I think I
matter
did
of
it
fact.
publicly. Yeah, I think I tweeted it, right? I was like, I went on there.
Segue. Wish I'd thought of Clinton Tortoise. You really, all of us. We could have.
We all
stolen,
wish.
Yeah, we could have stolen the show with that one. That was easily a home run into the Mile High Stadium, or the what did we call your stadium there? Even though it was a football stadium.
Oh, acid and Big Macs or something. I think.
Acid and
That
Big
was
Macs.
by far my favorite. Yeah.
Anyway, we did interact on Twitter publicly. We're like, look, let's just get you on already. What are we waiting for? Cal's certainly not getting a Cal. Let's just replace it with someone who can actually pod. All right. So Nathan Andrew, real name Andrew. So good to have you for the first time, my man. What have you got to say?
Sure. So yeah, I had a shell of a good time. I mean, this was definitely something I would do again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be. I feel like I came out of my shell a little bit tonight. You know, that was nice. I got to see some good puns. I'm a fan of puns. I love wordplay, so that was terrific. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Andrew Hall FF, writing for Fantasy Pros, writing for Pro Football Network, and a couple other places. But come shoot me a fun GIF. We'll have a fun conversation and eventually talk about turtles, I'm sure, at some point now. So that'll be great.
Well,
Then
turtles are a part of all of us now.
Right. We're all in the turtle gang.
We're all
gang
turtle
forever.
people.
Yeah. Feel like there's a new league forming right here somewhere. I don't know.
I call Donatello.
Oh, I can be Mike.
Just saying.
No, wait. It's got to be J Mike's got to be Mike.
I did have the I know it's a team name that's been thrown around in past years, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Bortles. So I know that's definitely.
Well, I was in the Teenage
like
Mutant Ninja Turtles division last year in Scott Fishbowl. I totally
sure.
forgot about that. Oh man, with Sipes, that was such a good time.
And you didn't have them all written down. Like, I bet that DM has just straight turned to turtle talk.
Nope.
No?
It really did. Ironically enough, we barely talked about it. It was weird. We talked football mostly. Yeah. What are the odds?
Whoa. Who would have thought?
Because I'm about to change our group DM from the open bar -51121 to turtle.
I like
emoji.
turtles.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
How did that not get?
I like Bortles. Yeah.
You guys, we have to add Zach Wilson to the chat then.
Who was that? Who was that? That first? Oh, that was get Kluge. That was
Dave Kluge.
That was it. Was his wife though, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
was it Emily?
Yeah.
Emily.
She dressed up like I saw that interaction. That was funny.
Shout out to Emily. He originally had mentioned that. Yeah, Hills have pies.
See all of its turtles all the way down.
Mad pies. There you go. Blippy and Hobby. I didn't even see the name change. You just do that? All right.
Man.
Good times.
This is where it gets real, man. When we get talking about turtles, that's when it gets real.
Now we're to go.
All right, Nate, Mike. What you got to say before we get you to the J Micropractor?
What a fun evening. This golly, y'all were welcome to my evening. So I'm grateful for you all. To our guests, thank you for coming through. Thank you for laughing with us, for letting your hair down, and kicking it and having some fun. Shout out to Scott Fish for joining us and giving away an FFSFB 11 spot. And shout out to James for winning that with his Clinton tortoise submission, which was fantastic.
Yep.
If you're listening to this in podcast form, we appreciate you. Again, we're on podcasts all over the place. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, you know the drill. You can find me on Twitter at JMikeCheck. You can find the show's handle at the Open Bar Pod. Everybody in the chat, we appreciate you, the executive producer. And obviously, if you really want to come and produce the show for our super expanded budget of free 99 here in 2021 for the Open Bar Podcast, go for it. We appreciate you. And also one more thing I do want to shout out. If you do want a good laugh, just for the fun of it, my pin tweet is the J Mike Invitational, which was just a lot of nonsense I got to have. And it was just for the fun of it. And nobody in my league was super upset about it, which I'm still grateful for. So if you want to just see some nonsense with videos ranging from 30 to 55 seconds, kick your feet up and enjoy yourself for a lot of fun. To my main man, host with the most, Bun G, Genius the MC, FF, Heroes in a Half Shell, Turtle Power, FF McWorld, FF McShaker, FF Impossible Burglar, FF I Like Turtles, FF Blippy Boy on Twitter at FF Man Bun, Mr. Gearing if you nasty, and Mr. Gabe if you not on Twitter at FF Man Bun. Gabe, take us home.
Man, if I did shave the facial hair, I probably might get looked at differently. With that. They might have added me in that thread, and I wouldn't be appreciative. Y'all Y'all got to dig deep for those. Probably not. You just got to Google something. Sal, like literally. I don't know. I'll find it some other time. I don't know. I gotta get J Mike out of here. But Sal is so funny, man. Sal Stefanil. He's yeah. Shout out to Sal. He like literally looked up some stuff about me. And just well, the last thumbnail basically is like me without a beard, or closest thing to, and he like reminded me of this interview that I did for like a high school that I taught for that I didn't remember at all. But man, careful out there on the internet. Apparently is the lesson there. J Mike, he not only does the J Mike Invitational from 101 to 112. By the way, I don't know if that was ever explained, but J Mike literally traded for every single first round pick between 101 to 112 in the Trade Addicts 5 league.
Six. And I think he had the next two in the second too, right?
I
Didn't you have
did see
201 and
that.
202?
The next 2 or 3, right?
Yeah, 201, 202, 203. I just didn't have 113. It was a comp pick from the Toilet Bowl, so I didn't have that one. But yeah, so I missed out on Rashad Bateman. But hey, it's quite all right.
Oh,
poor thing.
I was wondering where that was. Okay, yeah, because I saw the first 15 picks that you had, and I'm like, that's not right. There's no. I was about to at you. I was about to publicly shame you for sure. But I forget about the Toilet Bowl pick, which is a great idea for a league, by the way, to make that matter. The 113 going to the Toilet Bowl winner. But what was I saying? That you said you were about to draft right before you drafted Trevor Lawrence. You said Elijah, or you said you cut you off, right? The Elijah, faked him out, right? And then your 201 was Rondale. So I was a little upset about that because we're kind of Elijah fam over here. All right. Forgetting Terrace Marshall. So we are all about Elijah Moore over here. Rondale, skip you to the side. I don't know if you feel like you need to explain yourself, and I don't think you should. I don't think you have the right to. Really. It's just rude. Just for the continuity's sake of your cute little videos, like how do you not go Elijah Moore at 201? How do you not do that?
Listen, in the illustrious Forgetting Terrace Marshall movie cover that you, my friend, produced, can you remind me of who it was that I was holding and embracing in that Photoshop? Can you remind me of who that was? I'm sorry, Gabe, I can't hear you. One more time, huh? For the people in the back?
It was Rondale Moore, J Mike.
Yes, it was Rondale Moore. The defense rests.
That was my best. What is that voice, by the way? Can we get a name for that voice? What is your voice?
Voice of public opinion.
What is that? I love it. To be fair, I'm not. This is not a clown. This is a what is. Is there a name for that voice that we can possibly in the future? Is this a burner that we don't know about yet?
I'm calling it my NBA 2K media voice.
Yeah, yeah. I like it. All right. Well, anyway, what I was getting at is that he owned the first 15 picks of a rookie draft. Super fun to watch. Who cares about ADP when you're just straight up taking the first 15? I mean, you basically got like a plus 50% shot for those to hit now. Maybe like 55, 60%, according to the analytics. So congrats to you, my friend, if they hold true. All right. How long has this outro lasted? Gee whiz. J Mike, you work for the Dynasty Dummies of sorts. You do podcasting for them, like actual podcasting. I don't even know what we talked about tonight. Turtles. And so if you want like actual football things, like go listen, and his voice, because y'all love his voice, right? Go listen to J Mike talk about things that aren't dumb with Zach. Zach's great too. Shout out Tacit Assassin. and 13 and journals. He writes journals. He does words of the day. All right. The open bar word of the day. The TOBWOT. J Mike's all over the place. I tell you what, man. Shell, yeah. All right. We're out of here. Let's cheers. Let's cheers, my friends. Shout out to Jen Akins. I did go back to back. She said I couldn't do it. I'm gonna go beer after this just to continue the trend because your boy don't care. It's beer cocktail. Finishing out with the beer. So good to have all of you here tonight. J Mike, we have a show next week. Is that true?
Ain't that right, boo? True.
That's a banger.
Yeah.
Love that song.
I like when you do that. I like when you throw those in there for the people, for me, Anyway, next week, we'll see you. We will see you next week on what is it? May 18th. Oh boy, howdy. Do we have a show for you May 18th? Oh, you're not going to forget it until the next week. Then you'll definitely forget it. But until then, we are bros.